Hi, I'm Eleanor from Refuge Design Workshop. In these videos, I invite you to see spaces through a designer's lens, to notice the details and choices that make a space not just beautiful, but livable. Today, we're taking a closer look at this stunning living room from the Design Within Reach catalog. I just got it, I spent my lunch hour looking at it, and now I'm going to share it with you. It's a really beautiful space that captures some really compelling color trends, mainly the sophisticated return of brown. But this isn't just any brown story. What makes this space extraordinary is how the designer has paired these rich caramel tones with an unexpected pop of Yves Klein blue. So let's explore how this bold color combination creates both warmth and drama. Let's start by identifying all the browns working together in this space. So the star of the show is that gorgeous sofa in what I'd call a desaturated red-orange. So think maple or caramel. You know, you can even think of like a candy apple. This has got both reds and oranges in it. And while it does look brown, we can also think of brown as a color that just does not land anywhere because it's always made up of composite pieces, right? It's always made up of a bunch of other colors. So look at the way this particular color is bouncing around the room. We see the same warm tone appear in the matching coffee table directly in front of it. It also echoes on the wood paneling across the room. And in the background, we see a beautiful doorway with the same color frame. Notice how the stylist has also layered in a taupe and white patterned rug. So this is an interesting choice. It's a cooler, more neutral brown, and it grounds the warmer tones without competing. It's still in the same colorway, but it's not competing and it's not overwhelming us. So we love a subtle brown note. We also see the subtle brown notes in the painting facing us. This is a more yellow tone, but it's muted. We even see the tan in the brick on the patio, which is also a little bit more in the yellow family. What's brilliant about this approach is the tonal variation. So rather than using a single brown throughout, the designer has created a rich brown palette. It feels both cohesive and complex. So each shade of brown serves a slightly different purpose. There's the warmth of the caramel, which creates something really delicious, mouth-watering, even a little sexy. And then the taupe provides neutrality. It cools us down. It's a background brown that is going to be there to support the richer colors. So then let's also check out these dark gray lounge chairs and the black coffee table. These near black and black elements provide crucial visual weight and prevent the space from feeling like too cloying, really. So I like the chairs. That's a smart move. It's a cooling choice. But the real genius here is that pop of what appears to be International Klein blue. So this is a color developed by the artist Yves Klein that is intended to draw the viewer into the color's depth. So if you ever see an Yves Klein painting, it's just the same intense blue, and it's as if it has no surface and no end. So it's just you're just being drawn into a never-ending depth. And it's interesting. So there's also that small occasional table, but notice where there's that carpeting. It's a royal blue, but it's matte, and so that sort of texture, that absence of sheen, is what is also working here. So that blue carpet, if you look carefully, that low opening, probably there used to be a hearth there, but that's been removed for whatever reason. So now we just have this low opening, and it creates now this transitional focal point. The eye can sort of land there and observe and be carried and notice that there is another room beyond it. Okay, so here's where color theory becomes fascinating for beginners, and I've got my color wheel to really illustrate this point. The designer has read these browns as being in the orange family, okay? And so she then, on the color wheel, she's like, or they, went, oh, blue, yeah, that's a great complementary color choice. That's the opposite color on the color wheel. So these complementary colors are natural partners. They make the other appear more vibrant, really fun to think about with that blue. The designer could have chosen green and to play up the reds. You know, like there are red undertones also in those browns. Both choices work. But the blue, and this particular blue, is bold and fresh because of its unique texture, its mateness, its absorption, it's the way it wants to draw you in. So this is the way they created a space that feels both comfortable and unexpected. But just they could have gone with the green too. Just wanted to mention that. Finally, let's talk about that pendant light. It's an interesting choice. It's off center. And from a compositional perspective, it's perfect because like we want to be able to see the painting. We want to be able to see how that color choice, the artwork works with the furniture choices. And this is one of those things where it's like, it's nice from like a photo shoot, but for like, you know, the photo shoot is working, but doesn't make sense for daily living. You might find yourself in real life, trying to center yourself always under that light. Then again, asymmetrical lighting can really be a more dynamic and intimate atmosphere. It can create a little bit more tension, a little more interest than the predictability of the center alignment. This Design Within Reach room shows us how color relationships can elevate a space from simply comfortable to truly memorable. The interplay between the caramel brown and the transcendent blue creates a unique balance both of comfort and drama. Thanks for joining me for this closer look at thoughtful design. I share more detailed color and design insights on my Substack newsletter, which you can find linked below. I'll be back here in 2 weeks with another space that demonstrates the power of unexpected color choices. Until then, I'd love to hear from you. Does that off-center pendant light work for you, or would you need to center it for your peace of mind? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.